Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode. In this episode, we are reviewing the admission criteria for different IIMs. So basically in this video, we have taken top IIMs and let's begin this video. So first of all, let's start with IIM A. So IIM A has a medium criteria for 10th. So we are actually comparing it with the priority that they set for different campuses or different colleges. So for IIM A, it's medium, which means that in the total composite score, they have a 10 points for the 10th, and for the 12th also it's 10 points. For the grad, it's 10 points. So that's why we have set it medium, medium, medium. And for WorkX, they give 5 points. So for academic diversity, we have set in a different color because of the fact that they don't give specific points separately for academic diversity. They actually give it in a different section, which is like they prioritize into different categories based on say AC1, AC2, AC3 and so on. You can actually check the website out for a more clear understanding for what these categories are, and based on that they consider. They also have something called as open selection, where the people who are not considered into certain AC or categories based on their score are considered into open selection criteria. And when it comes to the gender diversity, they don't have specific gender diversity points for the first part. What I mean by the first part is that this is the criteria for getting a call and not a convert, right? So getting a call is what we are checking in this video. So these are the basic things for IIM A, the 10 point, 10 point, 10 point, and WorkX you get 5 points, and overall it's out of 100, so you get 65 points for CAT. So let me just put it as CAT score separately. So this is 65 points for CAT, so they take the weightage based on this. Now let's look at the next one, which is IIM Bangalore. IIM Bangalore is also pretty simple. They have a higher weightage for work experience, which is like very commonly known. And if you have a work experience of say more than 36 months, you get a full 10 points. So IIM Bangalore has 10 points for 10th, 10 points for 12th, 10 points for your graduation, and again 10 points for work experience. That counts out to 40 points, and then a 5 point for gender diversity, which will add on to 55 points left for CAT. Right? So this will add on to 45 points and 55 is for CAT. So that's how IIM Bangalore is considering. So we can actually see that IIM Bangalore has a pretty high weightage for work experience. So more than 36 will fetch you a free 10 points, right? Now, let's go to the next part, which is IIM Calcutta. So IIM Calcutta is also pretty simple in that sense. It's like IIM Calcutta is giving you 10 points for the 10th and they are giving you 15 points. That's why it's pretty high, right? Why we have marked it high is because compared to say other colleges in general, it's like 10 points. It's giving 10 points for 10th, and that's why we call it as medium. And for 12th, it's 15 points. That's why we have marked it as high. When it comes to the grad, they don't give you specific points, and for work experience, there is no specific point, and same for academic diversity. But for gender diversity, they have specific score. What is it? 4 score for gender diversity. Counting it together, you get 29 points and 56 is given for CAT. So they actually give it out of 85. So they count it on 85 and hence the composite score will add on to 85 points. So 56 is given for CAT as their weightage. Now when it comes to IIM Lucknow, they don't have specific points for say 10th. So we don't have specific points. When it comes to the 12th, we are setting it as medium and they are giving 10 points for 12th. And for graduation, they are giving it around 10 points. And for work experience also, they are giving pretty good enough. That's why it's high. It's 10 points for work experience. For academic diversity also, they are giving 5 points. And for gender diversity, it's 5 points. Total, it's around 40 points. And you have 60 for CAT. So that's what we can actually see, 60% weightage is for CAT. So this is the breakdown for IIM Lucknow. Now let's go to IIM Kozhikode, which is pretty interesting. So IIM Kozhikode has a pretty high weightage for 10 score, which is unlike the other categories or other IIMs like A, B, C, L. So it's high. So they are giving nearly 25 points or 25% weightage for 10 score, 15% weightage for 12 score. And for graduation, they are not considering much about graduation. And for WorkX, they are giving a total of 5 points. For academic diversity, they are giving 5 points. And for gender diversity, they are giving 10. But in this case, it's either the gender diversity or academic diversity. So if you're a female, you get 10 points straight. If you're a male non-engineer, you get 5. And if you're a male engineer, you get 0 when it comes to the diversity points. And totaling this together, you get 60 points and 40 points or 40% weightage is going to CAT, right? So CAT has pretty less weightage compared to say other colleges for Kozhikode. but you need to have a pretty good high score for other categories or other criteria like 10th, 12th and WorkX so that you have a higher chance for IIM Kozhikode. Now let's look at IIM Indore. IIM Indore has a high weightage for 10th. So it's like an anomaly here. It's 39% weightage for 10th, 20% weightage for 12th. Graduation, they don't consider much. That's why it's null. And WorkX also null. And when it comes to academic diversity, that's also pretty much null. And gender diversity, they give 6 points. And we have CAT score, which is like 35%. So Indore also has a comparatively lesser CAT percentile requirement for, it's not a requirement, but when it comes to the weightage, CAT has a lesser weightage when counting the composite score. So if you have a pretty much high 10th score and 12th score and a good enough CAT percentile, you will get an Indore call, right? Now let's look at the other set of colleges. So before moving on, let's see the Bangalore criteria in detail. So Bangalore has a 55% weightage for CAT, which is again divided into three, which is VARC, DILR and QA. And for VARC, they have 19, DILR 21 and QA 15, which total ups to a 55. So this is how they divide the weightage into three parts. Similar to IIM Bangalore, IIM Indore also has a separate weightage, right? So there is 35 points for CAT, which is again divided into three parts, which is VARC, DILR and quantitative aptitude. And for VARC, it's 10, DILR it's 10 and quant it's 15, totaling of 35. So this is how we bifurcate both these colleges CAT percentiles or CAT score into certain weightages, right? So that's about these colleges. Let's move on to the next set. So here we have IIM Shillong, FMS and IIM Mumbai. So IIM Shillong, the 10th score is pretty medium in nature and 12th is medium. Graduation, they don't have much of a weightage. So WorkX, they have a weightage. So it's counted on a score of 14. So you can actually check the weightage of different months of work experience and their points, but the highest you can get is a 14 point. Academic diversity does not matter much for the first stage, and gender diversity also does not matter much when it comes to the call for IIM Shillong. Now let's talk about FMS. FMS criteria is pretty clear, right? So FMS focus more on the CAT percentile rather than other points for the call. So they consider these factors after the call. Basically, when you want to convert the call, that's when these points come into picture, right? So these doesn't matter. So gender diversity, they give a 5 points, which is on top of your CAT score, right? So they give 100% weightage to CAT score, which is again divided into three parts. So for VRC, they give 40% weightage. For DILR, they give a 30% weightage. And for quantitative aptitude, they give a 30% weightage, counting up to 100%, right? So they give this gender diversity points on top of the CAT score. So that's how it is. When it comes to IIM Mumbai, we are actually marking it as medium for the 10th, 12th, grad and WorkX because they actually consider this into brackets, right? They break it down into A, B, C and put in a weightage of 0.7, and for WorkX, they put in a point of 0.2 and they actually consider it in a separate way. So for the call, you have a medium weightage for 10th, 12th, grad, WorkX, and for academic diversity and gender diversity, they don't consider much in the initial stage for the calls. So that's about the basic weightage that you give to different criteria like 10th, 12th, graduation, work experience, academic diversity, and gender diversity for some of the top B schools in India. Thank you.